Well, what are we looking at here? Our next little project, it's a lettering project. We are going to be doing all these on these boards here. And we're going to cut them down, make them size. Now these came from Over by the Sea, Florida. They were brought up to me and to make these, letter out these signs here for. So anyways, I'm kind of babbling. My name's Rod. Welcome to Custom Chronicles. It's just a quick short project. I'm going to show just a quick setup and a method of painting these old fence boards here and turning them into something else. We're repurposing them. So there we go. Let's get into it. Now I got these boards cut down and got the lettering, which was pre-done for me, obviously. We're doing speed on this one. So anyways, this video it's kind of a simple video that we're going to get through, and it's just showing a basic process of building these things up. But what I'm going to show is how we get to this portion where we can do the layout. So anyways, going to go ahead, I'll center these up, and they're about 2 1/4 off the edge there, and then there'll be 2 1/4 off of this edge. Or the final edge. So I'm going to get these letters laid out. So I got some scissors, I got some tape, and I'll get these laid out and centered up properly. And then note cards is the next one that we're doing. And so anyways, let me get into it. Now I got this one laid out, and it's going to be more of the same with the rest of them. But what I did is from midway 2 1/4 over, got the line drawn there, and same thing here. 7/8 inch off the top, and it's real close to here. These boards aren't even, so I'll go ahead and saw cut this down to get the edge on both sides like this one, and I'm going to repeat this process through the list. So I'm not going to show all that. I'm going to go ahead and cut this down, get it ready, and then we're going to kind of jump back into this video after it's all laid out, and then I'm going to show how I get transfer this over to the board so that I can go ahead and start hand painting. But there we are. All right, here we go. We got all the boards here, got the ends cut on both sides. You can see that there, just kind of random, didn't try to be all perfect. So we're getting the rustic look. That's what we're going for. So anyways, the next step is I got all the layout done here, you know, measured that out. I already showed that. And then right there, you can see the art written down in the wall. And the way I'm doing that is with white Ceril paper. And this isn't rocket science, but if you don't know, you don't know. That's kind of why I'm going through this here. Basically, I'm just tracing the letters, and we'll take a quick look. Nothing there. Right here, I'll put that down, and I'll just go ahead, trace the A. There, around the bend here. You don't have to be perfect because you're going to straighten everything up with the brush when you're painting. Right there. There's that. And just so you quickly see, you know, I'm not going to make a big mountain out of a molehill on this and have you watch me trace some letters. So I'm just kind of showing this for purpose sake. There's that. I'll pull that out, grab the paper out, and you can see right there the L and the A. You got to do all of these, get it all traced out. It's going to take a few minutes. I'm not even going to time lapse it. There's no point, but you get the point of this little exercise here. Is that's how I'm laying down the size and the placement of the letters for the hand painting. Is I'm did the tape out. Now I'm transferring the image onto the wood, and then here comes the paint afterwards. Now there we go. I went ahead and traced these out, and you can see two little hats, which, by the way, if you didn't know, are some sort of palm hat. But anyways, that one's done. This one's done. I'm going to get them off the table, and then obviously got a bunch more to do. Well, here we go. Now we're going to go ahead and start lettering. I got some peach paint here, some magenta, some violet, aqua and light blue and some white. I'm gonna go ahead and start doing it. I got my brush here loaded up. It's a lettering brush, and we're gonna go ahead and start from the right hand side. Let me get that out of my way, pick this paper up, and there you go. You can see how that is right there. And I'm going to start from the right because I'm left-handed, and just kind of start laying down the paint. Not make a mountain out of a molehill here. And we'll follow the guidelines. And the wood's going to soak up some of this paint, which is what I expect. So I'm not going to be too offended, because we want a kind of a rustic look, but I also want to get it so it's visible. So it's going to be a little bit of a balance here. My hands are loaded up, maybe go over it twice. That's okay. And I'm just going to just get this in. It's just tracing basically at this point. And what I'll do is go ahead and put it on time lapse. And there's some of the things that we'll be working against is, like you can see right here, that's where the wood has lifted, and the grain. And so there's going to be some texture in here, but we'll get it. I'm not too concerned, but there it is. I may go ahead and put this to time lapse because there's really not much to say about it. It's just getting it done, and then I can go into color theory and all that later. When I'm doing the secondary colors and why I've chose these, and well, I'll just get into it at that point. But here we go. I'm going to get this done. First color, first two signs, note cards and tool hats are going to be done with peach, and you can see how it's already soaking in. So I got to go over it twice. Now I kind of jumped ahead of this video here a little bit and got some of these painted. Namely because there's so many of them, I just wanted to just kind of get the job done. It's very time consuming what I'm doing here. Namely because the wood is soaking in the paint drastically. So I'm going over them like 3 times. And that includes the white there. And you can see there, you can see where it kind of soaks in. And it also doesn't, like the G here is really soaked in. So anyways, I've used House of Color up here, and then one shot right here. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do a few more, and then I'm going to jump back to shooting some more video of this. It's a very time consuming process because of the paint soak in. It's not a money maker in any way, shape, or form. Namely because how do you bill for all the time that you're sitting here just redoing, painting over and over and over again? Even if I were to have done vinyl templates, and which I did another video of where I did it fast, it's still soaked in. I still had to do some hand painting. But this here, it's for a friend of mine. And so anyways, I am taking the time and just going over it multiple times and making it look wonderful. And so anyways, I'll pick back up in the video later after I get a few more of these done, and just do a time lapse on it. What I really think is important about this little project with the channel is that, again, I'm showing that these are just fence slats that we're getting taken down, repurposing them, saving them, keeping it from going to the dump or whatever, and making some art out of it. And that's the purpose of this video, is to kind of show that you can do these things, and just different methods that I do to get to the finished product, with the paper and doing the transfer paper with that. And nonetheless, I'll do some time lapse. I'll explain some more stuff later on, and then we'll try to show this all finished up and hung up. Okay, here we are with the signs that I got painted right here, and I also got this one here. We got these done, and so anyways, this is House of Color paint right here, this peach, and the aqua here is one shot. And they all soaked in, and they all have kind of similar sheen. but they're legible and you can read them. That's the important part. Now we'll move over here. I am now using One Shot, which is violet. Kind of trying to do pastel-y colors here for the beach, summertime, blah blah blah. And so anyways, kind of show you what I'm using. I'm using this brush here, which is a lettering brush, and then I'm using that brush here, a micro mini, for doing the drop shadows, so to speak. And well, anyway, so I just kind of want to show that. And I got my little buckets here with the thinner for the paint, and the white I'm using is House of Color there because I have it. I couldn't find my One Shot white, so there you go. And so anyways, I just wanted to kind of take a break from that and show what I'm just using material wise. And there it is. I'm going to get the Turkish beach towels. These are going to be the same color. I'm going to go through with the lavender and kind of do a few of them that, and then one more color after that, and I'm going to move on. This project will be getting wrapped up. Trying to just keep it simple on this one, and that's it. I'll keep painting and show some more at the end. Okay, I'm going to show this real quick. This is a simpler way to do this, and I'm going to paint with the grain, and that allows the brush to get down in the different levels of the wood grain. And I'm just kind of just doing that. Now, I didn't do a real good job on this video like I do on most of them. I do a terrible job, so I'm very consistent in that portion, but I'm still going to put this out because it's got some bits of information that may help people. And so there you go. And then I'll come back this direction on this side, and I'll just start filling it in. And I'll go over this twice because it's going to soak down into the wood. So anyways, yeah, I'm not going to bore you with that, but I just wanted to kind of point that out and show it real fast. The paint I'm using is House Color Magenta, striping paint. There it is. And so anyways, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. I got the other two here. I'm sitting outside enjoying the weather. Kind of moved my operation out here. It's all good until the mosquitoes show up. But there it is, painting with the grain. Now I'm finishing up on these last three. I'm just kind of doing the drop shadow here, and it's just, again, it's not going to be perfect because of the grain of wood, and I'm kind of following along the grain now. But as I go vertical here, I'm going against the grain. What I'll do is I'll come back in and just kind of do that. Just kind of, you know, fill in the gaps here a little bit, not make a mountain out of a molehill. We're kind of going with the patina look here a little bit, and that the wood soaking it in is helping with that, and also not trying to be too perfect here. You know, it's just the way it is. But there we go. We'll say the drop shadow on that, but I'm going to finish this up, and we'll show you all of it together when it's all wrapped up. I am going to put a coat of clear on it because it's going to be sitting outside, and got quite a few letters to get the drop shadows on. So I'm going to keep on painting. Okay, I'm going to show you this real quick. We're here at the Blue Room Gallery in Bethany Beach, and here's the signs put up all nice right here. We got them right there looking good. It's a neat little store. Yeah, we got some more over here. Out display, kind of fits the ambiance of the area. So there you go. That's the project finished. Nice little store here with the stuff all placed out. So looking wonderful.